And there we are. It looks like I'm actually getting the hang of the opening for a change of pace. It's kind of wild. It's kind of fun. So, friends and family, as you well know, as a few of you have already tuned in, it is Monday. It is 8 o'clock. And if it's Monday at 8 o'clock, it's Mighty Monkey's Nerd World News. And I'm your host, the other one. With me, as always, is Miss Tanya and Master James. It's good to see you. I'm hoping all is well and everybody is happy and slappy on a wonderful end of August kind of a day. We're going to jump over the comments section. We're going to say hi to Batman John. We're going to say hi to Peter. We're going to say hi to Sierra. We're going to say hi to Elizabeth. And we're going to say hi to Deanna. If you are joining us as we are jumping into the storyboards, we'll say hi to you as well somewhere along the line. There's a story behind that. I'll tell you later. There's Elizabeth, 28 days to Walt Disney World. Oh my God, that's amazing!
So that means how many days to FC3? If it's
25? Something like that?
Something like that.
24. No, 26.
Hike!
Yahtzee! All right, so let's jump into it, friends and family. Here we go. Hang on just a second. Look at that. It's Nerd World News. Oh, what the hell have we got going on here?
It looks like a Mr. Crab.
It's a lobster in a pot with a bunch of friends. Because guess what? Our top story tonight is there is a plan. This is legitimate. There is a plan to create and worship a Leviathan lobster god.
Oh, come on.
Lobsters do not stop growing and they do not die of old age. They die when they become too large to properly molt. So there is a cult that is forming to help guide and help the growth of a lobster into a full-on Leviathan god that they may worship generations later. In unrelated news, the Church of the Wandering Dudes is going to be investing in lemon trees and a butter factory out in Syracuse.
Do you see that they were creating it like October of 2020?
Yes,
so
but here's the thing.
How much has this grown?
It's probably quite considered. It's about 2,500 at this point because this has been actually making local news lately. People have been covering this. This is a legitimate thing.
Leviathan.
And there actually is a group of people who are going to have a generational plan to eat said lobster god.
It's really, really big.
It's a thing. Anyway, I figured we'd start with that. Moving on.
That's weird.
It's the lady to my left. She might be on your right. I'm not sure exactly how it works.
That's me.
That's you. You're going to have to lean into it.
Yeah, I am.
I'm
getting used to my new glasses that I picked up this afternoon.
And here, sorry, cameraman sucks. He's going to get fired. He's been drinking wine all night. All right, so it's on to Comic Chicks.
It sucks getting old. But our first comic for tonight. I did buy the comic Saint Mercy from last week, and I've already read it. So
Tanya read a comic book.
My very first brand new comic, not one that would already been used or whatever. So now I need to wait for the second one, and I don't know when that comes out. Now I'm sad. So Hellions number 15, Sinister Secrets. Psylocke's secret deal with Mr. Sinister will cause a schism, right?
Schism.
Within the Hellions. Also, Tarn the Uncaring wants his stuff back. I wonder what stuff he lost. He wants it back.
He wants his stuff back.
Yeah. Well, Basilisk number 4 is our next one. The showdown between the Chimera and the Hunters begins here. Hannah and Reagan, former victim and former member of the Chimera, arrive at the abandoned resort town in the mountains. Even as the two women uncover and struggle their shared past, the Chimera and the faithful descend on the area. To their surprise, Hannah has been waiting for their arrival, and the ensuing battle will have deadly consequences for those unprepared.
Can I just point out that word is actually pronounced Themyscira? Anyway, moving on.
No, it's not. Chimera is not
I'm just saying.
Now, this is the next one that I want to get for this week. This is a number 1. Ooh, it's 1 of 6.
Mm-hmm.
Telepath number 1. The brand new epic from comic legends J. Michael Straczynski, The Amazing Spider-Man and Thor, and Steve Epting, Captain America, the Winter Soldier. An electromagnetic disturbance results in the sudden awakening of telepathic powers in 1/10 of the Earth's population. In the moments after the world comes to grip with this development, newly Boston police find themselves sent against a wrongly convicted prisoner who becomes a hero and a leader of other telepaths trying to escape a world in which their powers will make them targets. I want to say this was similar to a TV show.
Heroes.
No, not that one.
Elphys.
No.
Real Sex 15 by HBO.
Really?
I'm kidding. You said no to everything so far.
Still no.
Top Rock.
Pop Rock.
No, not that either. Both are heroes
Pop
of their
Rock.
own story, and the future may depend on whether trust can be found between them. I want to say it's on Hulu. Dark Ages #1 is the last one for this week. I did a lot of #1s type thing. This is what the Watcher has been watching for. A danger older than Earth threatens everything. For once, the heroes who have saved the planet so many times are almost powerless in the face of it. X-Men and Avengers assemble. Spider People and the Fantastic Four come together. Heroes for hire, not the agency, but heroes for hire, fight alongside champions. None of it will be enough. The lights are about to go out. The world outside our window is about to end.
I see The Thing. I see Sue Storm, Spider-Man, Black Panther, and Iron Man. That's a pretty badass team right there, I gotta say.
Yep. An all-new saga of the Marvel Universe as you've never seen it before from Tom Taylor and Iban Coelho.
Nice.
So,
oops, sorry, that's too early. On that one.
I'm definitely looking for Telepass #1 this week. So if Anne happens to have it on her pull list, I will check it on Wednesday. So if it does, hopefully I'll have it read before Comic Chicks on Wednesday night. Don't forget 6:30 to 7 o'clock is our Zoom volunteer meeting for those that are volunteers. The link has already been sent out. And we will check with everybody then.
Sounds good. Sounds like we're having some fun so far.
Okay, I gotta take my glasses off. It's giving me a headache.
Oh, poor Besita.
Ugh, my eyes. I'm not used to them yet.
You'll get used to them. That's all fine.
I still can see.
Daughter Sarah says hi. Hey, Peter's daughter Sarah. It's nice to see you too, honey. Hope all is well with you. Hope you're having fun.
She's a cute little blonde.
She is a little stinker.
Yeah.
She's a little stinker. She's so cute. All right, so it is that time of the show where we now move on to the gentleman to my left, your right. He's going in that direction.
That one.
Yes, it's my left.
On your left.
Young James Irish, the master of the Patreon blog, who still has the blog on hiatus, but you have some other things up your sleeve, do you not, young man?
I do indeed. I have plenty of podcast news for you today.
All right, it's all yours.
We're going to start with on Thursday, Gaming Studio Regulars tackles casual games. That's funny. Why didn't it save the image I uploaded? That's very funny.
Is that the wrong image?
That's not. Yeah, that I'm supposed to be a Candy Crush image.
All right, hang on. Let me check it out. I can figure this. Oh, there. I see it. It's down at the bottom. It got. Oh no. There we go. Hang on, just a second. I can fix this very quickly. Ready? And.
All right. So take two. There it is. We are talking casual games, the addictive little programs we keep on our cell phones that we play during breaks at work or when we're waiting for our meals to arrive at restaurants. The Candy Crushes, the Angry Birds, the Farmvilles, the Diner Dashes, and so many more. Chrissy has a lot to say about these games, and I mostly moan about how Electronic Arts ruined PopCap games when they purchased that very company that brought us the Cadillacs of casual games, Peggle, Bejeweled, Plants vs. Zombies, and Zuma. I promise there are no microtransactions to listen to this podcast. It is and will always remain a 100% free experience, and yet people still ask me for a refund. The very next day, the Pemmy and James Cartoon Podcast begins Contractual Obligation Month. Since Monkey Business is on hiatus while we prepare Flower City Comic Con for you fine people, it falls to Pembroke and I to promote the convention via the podcasts and still stay on brand. Hence, we're looking at the first 2 episodes of Dragon Ball, whose dub in the 2000s features Flower City Comic Con guests Tiffany Vollmer as Bulma, pictured to my right, and Mike McFarland as Master Roshi. Watching these episodes, which are the humble seed that a mighty oak tree of a multinational, multi-million-dollar franchise grew into, is certainly experience, as when we think Dragon Ball, we think these overly super serious muscle men having planet-shattering battles, not the barrage of offbeat humor depicted in the very original cartoon. And fair warning, if you are surprised by toilet humor or its ilk, this particular podcast may not be for you. Chris, back to you.
All right, my friend. Well done as always. Good to see you. All right, so now we're going to jump in and, oh, look at that. There's the usual my email address, and our link tree. If you ever have questions or concerns about FC3 or any of our podcast or Nerd World news, feel free to email me directly. I'd be happy to chat with you. When I do actually get the opportunity to check that email, which doesn't happen that often these days because I'm so busy.
Have you checked it since Saturday?
Maybe.
No.
Maybe.
Not.
All right. And the link tree, all of our podcasts, our website, our Patreon blog, our Buy Us a Coffee site, everything that we are online as Mighty Monkey Corporation, you can find on the link tree. So please, 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 please find us there. We're going to move on now and look at that. There's a bunch of guys hanging out. What is that all about? This is the story. It was written by Mark Deschamps for comicbook.com. It was written and released today. China limits online gaming to 3 hours per week for children. In a major shift for the gaming market in China, the country has enacted new rules that prohibit children from gaming online more than 3 hours per week on most weeks, according to reporting from Bloomberg. Kids under 18 will be allowed just 1 hour per day from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. on Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Online gaming will also be permitted for kids on public holidays. To enforce the new rules, gaming companies will be required to use real name registrations. There will be also regulations and check-in terms of in-game purchases, and efforts will be made to combat the gaming addictions. Naturally, many gaming companies feel that the new regulations are too strict, and the rules already seem to be having an impact on the markets. However, in-game purchases for minors make up a very small part of the earnings for some companies. Apparently, some from minor accounts or less than 3% of Tencent's gross gaming revenue. Since 2017, Tencent has explored and applied various new technologies and functions for the protection of minors. This was a quote from Tencent, and they stated in a statement provided to Bloomberg News. This will, and the quote continues to say, that will continue as Tencent strictly abides by and actively implements the latest requirements from Chinese authorities. It'll be interesting to see what the long-term impact of these policies are. While companies like Tencent might not make much from minors, these policies could lead to less interest in online gaming from the overall population. If the efforts are successful, it might also encourage legislators in other countries to pursue similar methods. Online gaming addiction and spending is a very real problem for some players, and there's a strong argument to be made that gotcha elements in some games are considered gambling. Over the last few years, there's been a lot of focus on the predatory aspects of online games. Streamers like Asmongold have rallied against microtransactions and how they make games less enjoyable overall. It's possible these new regulations could even convince the industry to shift away from the microtransaction model altogether. For now, we'll just have to wait, and we will have to see. What do you think of these regulations in China? Should there be similar restrictions on kids in other countries? Let us know in the comments section and share your thoughts directly. You can share them with us here on the comments, or you can go to our Twitter. And which is at FC3ROC.
Official?
The ROC official. Like I said, refer to our link tree. It's all on there. So that's a thing. And that's a possibility, and we'll never know. For those of you who are still World of Warcraft addicts, you're still going to have Chinese gold farmers, so I wouldn't worry about it too much. Moving on.
Because it's anyone that's 18 or less.
Yes. Moving on, Cyberpunk 2077 modders are hired by Cdpr to fix the bugs. Finally. This is an article on ScreenRant.com written by Cade Onder. It was released about an hour ago. CD Projekt Red is utilizing its community to help improve the state of Cyberpunk 2077. The developers hired modders to help fix bugs in Cyberpunk 2077 and also help support the modding scene in a more official capacity, which should hopefully speed up the process of fixing the game. Although CD Projekt Red claims its content with the satisfactory state of Cyberpunk 2077, the console version of the game is still far from what is expected from a AAA game in 2021. CD Projekt Red has gotten the game to offer a more stable performance on consoles, but it's still far from perfect. The company had to strip out a lot of details, such as the number of NPCs on screen, and to get the game to run with stable FPS and last-gen platforms. Needless to say, it shows that Cyberpunk 2077 likely would have benefited from a delay prior to its release last year. Thankfully, CD Projekt Red's new hires may be able to help. And for those of you who play Cyberpunk 2077, I'm sure you're all saying, duh. Jumping over to the comments section, We're going to move back up to Elizabeth Rice here, and we'll say, wonder how they'll handle the increase in traffic during those times. This is in reference to the Chinese players. Feels like an overreach, though, for sure. All right. Sierra says, the only game I would like to see online is Task Force 2. Yeah, all right. Matt goes on to say, should other countries do that over my dead body? I kind of agree with you.
Yeah.
And Sierra says, the only best thing to come out of Cyberpunk is the glitches because they've made an endless source of amusement. Anyway, so here is your...
Thank you.
Here's your pitch. Come on, either wear the mask or put on a red shirt. It's one of those things.
And you could be like our security and have the mask and a red shirt on.
There you go. Yes.
Thank you, James, for that comment from last week.
Yes, and this year the FC3 security will be in red shirts. Go figure.
Yeah, we liked it.
And by first, it's going to be the first year that my son is actually an official volunteer.
And
he's going to be in security.
Yes, and I will let you know, we've got about 8 security people this year or so. That's
more than usual, so that's
right.
good.
When Sean usually has 2
or 3.
2 or 3. So
we're going to be keeping an eye on everybody, making sure
Yes.
you're all behaving yourselves. That includes you, Sierra. I'm watching you. I know what you're up to. I know what you're capable of. So anyway.
Great cosplay.
I know. I love her. She's awesome. Moving on. Hey, it's birthday season. Guess what? It's birthday week. So Monday, August 30th, today, we say happy birthday to Cameron Diaz, tennis player Andy Roddick, actress Angel Colby, and actor Michael Chiklis. I was just thinking about Michael Chiklis the other day. I watched the original Fantastic Four movie where he plays the Thing in Ben Grimm. And it was a lot of fun to see him in action. What?
I don't know who that is.
Michael Chiklis?
Yeah.
Did you see the original Fantastic Four movies?
Was it the one
with Owen Gruffett and Jessica Alba?
Yes.
Okay, he played the Thing.
Okay.
He was Ben Grimm. He's a character actor. He's played a lot of parts.
Okay. Well, yeah.
So
I don't recognize the name.
He's a cool dude.
Okay.
Moving on.
I'll take your word for it.
All right. Tuesday, August 31st, Richard Gere,
I know that name.
Chris Tucker, actress Sarah Ramirez, and violinist Itzhak Perlman. On Wednesday, September 1st, we say happy birthday to Zendaya, Barry Gibb, Lily Tomlin, and actor Bern Gorman. You know who that is? He played Owen in Torchwood. He was the doctor with the no lips.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
On Thursday, September 2nd, there's a lot of very important people that we're going to skip over. Keanu Reeves, Selma Hayek. No, you don't talk about him. Stop it. Keanu Reeves. There's a lot more important people than me on September 2nd.
Yeah,
Keanu Reeves, Selma Hayek. I'm going to get to this list. I'm going to cut you out of the scene. Mark Harmon, comedian Cat Williams, Carlos Valderrama, lawyer George Conway, former Olympic Committee Chairman Peter Uberoth, model Montana Cox, actress Michelle Yim, and the former Archduchess Louisa of Austria, who passed away in 1947 at the age of 76, by the way. She was born on September 2nd. See, a lot of people who are more important than me. Moving on, I'm not giving you a chance to talk.
So Mark Carmen and Carlos Valderrama are both on NCIS.
Yes, I know.
And they are celebrating their birthday in the same day.
That's Wilmer Valderrama is who you're thinking of. Carlos Valderrama is a
Are they
different actor.
related?
No. Carlos Valderrama is actually a soccer player. He's a European soccer player.
Well,
he plays for Brazil. He's got the big old mop of hair.
Okay, but he's got the same name as Wilmer.
Yes. Friday, September 3rd, Charlie Sheen, actor Garrett Hudlin, Kaya Gerber, Jack Dylan Grazer, and the Flying Tomato himself, Shaun White.
And Randy Metris.
And Randy Metris. On Saturday, September 4th, we say happy birthday to the Queen Bee herself, Beyonce, comedian Damon Wayans, Wes Bentley, the actor, and actress Ione Skye. And to round off the week, we say happy birthday to Michael Keaton, because he's Batman, Rose McGowan, Raquel Welch,
wow,
Bob Newhart, and the Red Lady from Game of Thrones herself, Carice Van Houten. If it is your birthday, my friends, I hope you have a great birthday. I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you, James Bourne. Chiklis was in the Shield. Yes, thank you for that. And he was in the Commish. And the man, Christopher Frank, on September 2nd. Yes, yes.
And Nene's birthday is on the 4th.
Yes. Randy's mom.
Yep.
So anyway, like I said, if it's your birthday, have a great week. So friends and family, that is it for us. We are now going to say adieu. So for James, for Tanya, who doesn't know when to not cut in, and for me, my name is the other one. You guys have a great night. Have a great week. Have a safe week. And we will talk to you again next week.
Um,